Are Nan Gau Grenadiers playing with fire in patch 8.0? Yeah, probably, but it's supposed to be a good thing in this case. A late unit to the party, and one with a propensity for unfriendly fire. It's difficult to use this unit with multiplayer scaling, but this video has valiant efforts underway. There's a reason I did my Lore of Yin video before putting this out too. Slows are incredibly valuable for keeping them alive and nade chucking. With their proper unit card up, and that happened because Total War Warhammer stats and in-game swap the order, and my eyes didn't catch it this time. Another reason is that it's also a 500 gold recruit, 125 upkeep unit, 90 entities, 6,210 health, just like the Iron Hail Gunners. Armor of 40 is 10 better though. Leadership 50, speed 33, charge speed 40 are the same, but melee attack 24 is threatening to actually be better than some Skaven units. Wow. Attack interval 4.2 seconds is a very slight improvement, no splash damage from melee. Melee defense 24 is a full 8 better than Iron Hail Gunners, so it deserves its decent melee combatant label, and somewhat decent only. Weapon strength 28 is split base 21 and armor piercing 7, which is damage in no way inferior to Jade Warriors or Empire Swordsmen, so with melee attack buffs, they really can dish it out to an ordinary extent. Charge bonus is a Jade Warrior like 12, and mass is 90, and when the charge is plus 50% of starting melee attack, it is very interesting. For ranged, ammunition 16 is significantly lower than usual, but is way higher than for Vampire Coast bombers. Range is 55 meters only. Each attack is flaming attack, meaning that it is very sensitive to fire weakness and fire resistance on the enemy side. Actual impact damage is base 1 and AP 0. Of course, being grenades, it's all about the explosion. Detonation radius is a generous 3 meters, damage within that is base 12 and armor piercing 3, again multiplayer scaling. But you have 90 entities chucking these. Reload time of 10 is lower than some, total accuracy 20 is the industry standard, calibration area 50 means negligible extra drift at the end of the range, calibration area 2 meters means reasonably on target, no multi-penetration. Heaven's Flash is a unit ability that's 1 use per battle normally. 75 meter range, 35 meter radius, and within that, all enemies are minus 24 melee attack and minus 24 melee defense. There is no accuracy debuff, and this is not the blinded effect like from Yin's spell Blossom Wind, meaning that if you were really cheeky, you could make both stack. Also, this is not a slow effect. I have made that mistake before. What it represents is a wondrous way to flip a melee fight since it affects only enemies. This was so before given the faction's roster, but the fact Tiger Warriors now exist and can be obtained by all Cathay factions means you have a once per battle way to make your warriors safer from blows from one elite unit and can tear into it with savagery because that's like giving them a plus 24 melee attack buff against the units concerned in a 35 meter radius. Duration is 31 seconds. Yin Battle Harmony means a minimum of plus 4 leadership, plus 4% speed, and plus 12 reload skill. Dragon Lords can raise it to plus 8 leadership, plus 8% speed, and plus 24 reload skill for faster chucking. Keep in mind, none of this directly affects their melee competence. It will tend to keep them in the fight longer for better or worse. In the redline skills, Eastern fires at 3 pips, slaps on plus 20% ammunition and plus 8% missile strength. At rank 7 and up, Fast Hands grants plus 6% more missile strength, 10% reload time reduction generally, and plus 15% missile resistance, because they will get shot at. In the tech tree, Moon Reflecting gives leadership plus 4 and missile strength plus 10%. Our next stop is Jagged Shrapnel, and they may not have picked up on the Iron Hail buffs applying to the precursor weapons of Tiger Warrior Stalkers. For plus 3 AP. Well, we gladly take what we can get. More to the point, range plus 10% for Grenadiers, plus 100% to armor-piercing explosion damage. So that means, without any other boosting that would apply to explosions, and if it's not written explicitly, I don't want to swear by it, takes base 12 AP3 to base 12 AP6 for the explosion of each grenade. Now the nades do a lot more than just tickle the Chaos Warrior types. Finally, Heaven's Flash gets 2 uses per battle instead of 1. The previous cooldown of 90 seconds is no longer so theoretical, I didn't bother mentioning it the first time. Yin Defense is its usual wondrous work for armor plus 10, leadership plus 6, and ammunition plus 15% for this missile unit, and Yin Hex provides upkeep and recruit rank help, and plus 4 melee defense. So how do we use Nan Gau Grenadiers? Not going to lie, this video included a lot of fiddling with formations to find a good way to show this unit off. In campaign it's a bit clearer, purely because Jagged Shrapnel is that much of an increase in its hitting power. Since its ability to realistically hurt single characters is restrained, it's mostly about the ability to do widespread damage to an enemy infantry or high-entity cavalry unit, and plus 100% to the armor-piercing boom is a very big and loud deal. I mentioned the Tiger Warriors synergy, but put bluntly, it's difficult to use this unit without resigning yourself to some level of friendly fire to break the enemy faster. Gaps in the line help, using heroes to tarp it helps, and so on and so forth. Constructs are like honorary melee heroes here, and I think you really should use them as such. But in the end, the reliable way is to bite the firing pin and fire regardless of damage to your peasants, and so on. They're formally expendable after all. It's more, what do you get for that? The grenade damage is not something I'd want to rely upon alone. Combined with other types of damage, it's a big help in the here and now to chew through massed units a lot faster. Ideally, you really aren't firing at Chaos Warriors and get to enjoy its results against other infantry. Shields are irrelevant, so you'll chew through Dakala's Marauder units with a vengeance. This unit is thus primarily about helping break an enemy before it becomes a long-term nuisance against your front line. Heaven's Flash is too good not to abuse. Even if melee isn't the biggest part of your plan, find a place to activate the ability and put a fist on the scales. No winds of magic are required either. This combination makes the Grenadiers into a combat support unit, not your main source of damage ever. But with Battle Harmony Yin and minimal help from other sources, hopefully even the messy fights will eventually go your way. If all else fails, go Longshanks. The grenades are blowing up the enemy's infantry too. It's nice we have a casualty replenishment hero these days, huh? Finally, I don't want to be a broken record on this, but any way you have to create fire weakness in the enemy, very much including a caravan item called Luminarch Lens, makes flaming damage a menace with Cathay instead of just a way to have Chaos Dwarfs diminish your damage. Keep an eye out for stuff like that. But since this is a support unit, be glad it can fight somewhat in a pinch, and yes, do try and flank with it. That'll diminish the friendly fire concerns somewhat. Take care and have fun hoisting the enemy on your petard. Look it up. I'm using that term correctly.